It was supposed to be the happiest day of Aaron Miller's life. The late spring sun filtered through the stained glass windows of St. Thomas Cathedral, bathing the aisle in a golden glow. Guests filled the pews, turning their heads in awe as the music swelled and the bride walked down the aisle, dressed in ivory lace, a vision of grace and beauty. Olivia Sanderson, his college sweetheart, smiled beneath her veil. To everyone else, it was a fairy tale unfolding. But Aaron knew something no one else did. The text messages had arrived 2 nights before, anonymous, cruel, and damning. Screenshots. Pictures. Conversations between Olivia and someone named T. The context was unambiguous. She had been seeing another man recently, repeatedly, and intimately. Aaron had barely slept since. He didn't confront her immediately, not because he lacked courage, but because he wanted to be absolutely certain. He hired someone to follow up on the number. T turned out to be Tyler Graves, Olivia's co-worker at the architecture firm. Married. With 2 children. Aaron considered calling the wedding off quietly. Saving face. Avoiding drama. But then he thought, why should I protect the lie? Why should I protect them? The music stopped. Olivia reached him at the altar, radiant and unaware. The priest began the ceremony. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. Aaron's fingers trembled, but not with nerves. His best man, Michael, looked at him sideways, sensing something was off. Olivia reached for his hand. He took a breath. Before we go any further, Aaron said, cutting off the priest. His voice echoed through the cathedral. Everyone turned. I have something to say. There was a stunned silence. I loved this woman. I thought she loved me. But love, it turns out, doesn't survive lies. 2 nights ago, I received proof that my fiancé has been cheating on me with a man named Tyler Graves. Gasps. Olivia's face went pale, lips parted as though the words had physically struck her. Aaron, please. Don't. His voice was calm, almost sorrowful. I gave you chances to come clean. I asked you, again and again, if there was anything I should know before the wedding. You lied every time. The priest looked mortified. Olivia's parents, seated in the front row, had gone rigid. I won't marry someone who treats love like a game. I deserve better. Then he turned to the congregation, to friends and family who had traveled across states, some from other countries. I'm sorry you all came here for this. But I'd rather you remember me as the man who walked away with his dignity than the fool who got played on his wedding day. With that, Aaron walked down the aisle alone this time, but with his head held high. Behind him, Olivia collapsed onto the steps of the altar, the dream shattering around her like glass. Outside, Aaron stepped into the sunlight, took a deep breath, and felt something he hadn't felt in days. Freedom. Let me know if you'd like a version where the confrontation happens in a different setting, like the reception, or if you want it from Olivia's point of view. Aaron walked down the stone steps of the cathedral, each one echoing underfoot as guests murmured behind him in stunned disbelief. He didn't look back. Not yet. Outside, the sky was painfully beautiful, mocking, even. A soft breeze lifted the petals scattered along the walkway. A little girl in a flower crown stood off to the side, clutching her basket, wide-eyed and confused. Michael, his best man, caught up with him near the gate. Aaron, wait, he said, breathless. Are you okay? Aaron nodded slowly, staring out at the rows of parked cars, the white-ribboned limo that would remain unused. I'm not okay, he said honestly. But I will be. Michael exhaled. You sure you don't want to at least talk to her privately first? I gave her that chance already, Aaron said. Every time I asked, I was giving her an out. She chose this. She chose him. Behind them, the cathedral doors creaked open. Olivia stepped out, veil gone, makeup streaked, heels in her hand. Her father and a few others trailed behind her, frozen between anger and confusion. But Olivia walked alone, straight toward Aaron. Aaron, please, she said, voice cracking. It wasn't like that. He turned and faced her. The pain was sharp now, not numb like before. Real. Then explain it to me, he said. Explain the late nights. The hotel receipts. The texts. Tell me how that wasn't betrayal. Tears streamed down her cheeks. It was a mistake. A stupid mistake. I thought I wanted something else, and then I realized too late that I didn't. I ended it with Tyler weeks ago. But you didn't tell me, Aaron said coldly. You were still willing to walk down that aisle and marry me without ever telling the truth. Olivia's lip quivered. Because I was scared of losing you. But you lost me the moment you made that choice. His voice softened, not out of sympathy, but finality. You weren't scared of losing me. You were scared of facing the consequences. A long silence passed between them. Guests began slowly filing out behind them, some avoiding eye contact, others whispering or glaring. Tyler's wife, it turned out, had seen the livestream on social media and was waiting near the parking lot, arms crossed, her own storm brewing. Michael gently put a hand on Aaron's shoulder. Come on, man. Let's go. Aaron looked at Olivia one last time. He saw the girl he once loved, the memories they shared, the plans they made. All of it had died, quietly, before this day ever began. I hope you figure out why you did what you did, he said. But I won't be around to watch you figure it out. Then he turned and walked toward the limo, not the one meant for the newlyweds, but the second car meant for the groomsmen. Michael followed him in. As they pulled away, Olivia stood in the driveway alone, the wind catching her hair as the fairy tale faded to grey. Epilogue, 6 months later. Aaron sat at a quiet cafe in Boston, sipping black coffee while typing on his laptop. He'd moved across the country, started a new job, and was slowly rebuilding. The pain wasn't gone, but it was manageable now, like a scar that no longer bled. A notification pinged. A message on Instagram. It was from Olivia. I'm sorry again. I hope you're doing okay. He stared at it for a while. Then he deleted it without replying. And kept writing. His story, his life, was far from over. But for the first time in a long while, he was the one in control of the next chapter. Let me know if you'd like a version where he forgives her, or if she faces fallout from her affair beyond this moment. The message from Olivia was just the beginning. Over the next few weeks, Aaron's inbox filled with fragments of the past, mutual friends sending updates, curious relatives fishing for drama, even Tyler's wife, Melissa, reaching out with her own side of the story. Aaron ignored most of it. But the one message he didn't ignore came from someone unexpected. Subject: Closure. From Melissa Graves. To Aaron Miller. Aaron. I just wanted to say thank you. Strange, I know. But you speaking up gave me clarity. You didn't just save yourself at that altar, you saved me too. I filed for divorce the following week. Turns out Tyler had done this before. I didn't want to believe it until you forced the truth out into the light. If you're ever in LA and want to grab coffee, not out of pity, just recognition, I'm around. Melissa. He didn't respond right away. He needed time. Meanwhile, Olivia's life had begun to unravel in ways he hadn't imagined, not that he took any pleasure in it. News of the public confrontation had spread beyond the guests. Her firm asked her to take a leave of absence after clients started murmuring. Some social media influencer had posted a snippet of Aaron's speech on TikTok, and it went viral. Comments split down the middle, some praising his composure and self-respect, others shaming Olivia as if she were a public villain. Aaron never shared or spoke about the moment again. But the world had. 3 months later, Los Angeles. He met Melissa Graves at a quiet bookstore cafe tucked between rows of palm trees and old record shops. She wore a red blouse and no ring. They talked like old war veterans, two people who had been burned by the same fire. It wasn't romantic. Not yet, anyway. But it was honest. I didn't realize how much of myself I gave away trying to fix someone else, Melissa said, stirring her coffee. You know? Aaron nodded. Yeah. I thought love meant loyalty. I didn't realize it also needed honesty. They sat in silence for a while, the good kind. The kind where nothing needed to be said. Then Melissa smiled. So, how's life now? Aaron looked out the window at the street beyond, at strangers with fresh starts, new routines, untainted trust. Honestly, he said. Life finally feels like it's mine again. Meanwhile, Back in Chicago, Olivia sat at her parents' house, away from the city, nursing both a reputation and a heart shattered beyond repair. Tyler had gone back to his wife only for Melissa to leave him for good a week later. He never spoke to Olivia again. For the first time, Olivia faced what she had become, not the victim of a mistake, but the architect of it. She tried writing Aaron another letter. She never sent it. Final scene, 1 year later. Aaron stood at the edge of the Grand Canyon, wind blowing hard against his jacket. Melissa stood beside him, camera in hand, capturing the view. They weren't a couple yet. Not officially. But they were something stronger than rebound or rescue. He checked his phone, no messages from the past. Just a full itinerary, a clean calendar, and space to build something real. He smiled. Then turned to the canyon, opened his arms, and let the wind carry the last of the pain into the open air. It didn't need to be a dramatic ending. It just needed to be free.